Hey,
Hey,
Fabricators.
fabricators! Welcome to the place where we like to talk about all things Microsoft Fabric.
Yep, and if you're new here, don't forget to like and subscribe, and you can keep up to date on any new videos we're dropping.
This is this month's Fab Five for April, where we look at our favorite 5 features that have been announced over the last month.
Yeah, so let's get stuck right in. Okay, so this one isn't necessarily an update or an announcement or a new feature or anything like that. I first noticed it when it popped up on a Reddit comment where someone was basically like, what is broken? Everything's not working. RSS feeds with regards to the blog, the updates from Fabric. And lo and behold, it looks like they've changed everything in Microsoft under the hood. Have you seen it yet, Johnny?
Yeah, so obviously we rely on that blog quite heavily for doing the Fab Five updates. So yeah, I had a look. I'm subscribed on the blog, so I get a notification to my email. So I don't think it affected me because I don't have RSS set up. But even then, going through to it, yeah, it's not great. This is a less than Fab for number 5, really. Like, I mean, where do you want to start? None of the links work for starters.
Yeah. So normally you can go through, you've got your contents here, but all of these aren't working. Let's just call that teething problems. The format's just kind of confining everything. It's using a tool that's not right for what the content is. And then interestingly, if you scroll all the way down to the bottom, there's a section for people to add comments, which is kind of weird. I mean, on individual blogs maybe, but that kind of feels like you're asking for trouble, right? Here's a brand new feature, then you get everyone commenting, much like some of our comments of this should have been in here 6 months ago, 6 years ago.
Yeah, so it's on the community site as opposed to the blog site, isn't it? I did see something on a Reddit discussion. A couple of Microsoft and former Microsoft employees jumped on, and it seems like there was a good reason for it, and apparently it might only be temporary as well, an interim solution whilst they're looking at something else. But yeah, it was a bit annoying. The other thing I noticed with it is it seems to be missing some features, because there was definitely some things that got announced and released in April that haven't been included on that blog, which was quite annoying.
Yeah, definitely. And I think you want to cover off one of them anyway. But yeah, there's been more this month. And I guess we're coming out the shadow of FabCon. So things that were released just at the end of March are maybe not getting picked up in this April kind of summary. So there's some things that may have flown under the radar for you. At number 4 is managing Fabric Workspaces inside VS Code, or the items inside your workspaces. So this is the VS Code extension. This was in this month's update, so it actually made it to the monthly update. And it's basically talking about the Fabric Data Engineering VS Code extension. Now, if you've used this already, or if you've played about with it, you'll notice that this is actually the Synapse one that's been updated and kind of brought over for Fabric. I had a play about with it today. I've not really used it in anger. It was a little bit of a pain to get up and running with it. Some inconsistencies, but let's just put that down to user error. But gives you the ability to basically work locally. Looking at some of the feedback on the actual page for it itself, it looks like there is potentially some bugs, some problems with it, some inconsistencies. And I think I saw this quite early on, quite a while back, where we were basically seeing some inconsistencies where people were changing things inside Fabric, and it was having trouble reflecting that down locally. So try it out, let me know what you think. How about you, Johnny? You've seen this one? Have you played about with it?
Have I played about with it? Definitely not. I am a big fan of being able to have like extensions in your IDEs and being able to use VS Code. I haven't been doing much heavy engineering workloads in Fabric recently, so yeah, not played about with it yet, but yeah, nice to have the option there if you want. So at number 3, we have got DBT job orchestration inside of pipelines. So this is one of the ones that I don't think you'll find it if you look at the April updates, which is insane, because if you look at the published date on this particular entry, it's the 20th of April, so it feels like it ought to be in there. I am a big DBT fanboy. Love working with DBT, and I use it with some of my clients currently, not with Fabric currently, but the fact that they are basically enabling being able to use DBT and DBT Core, which is the open source version, and then being able to run that and orchestrate that inside of Fabric is an absolute win. It's a feature that exists inside Databricks already. Again, I feel like I'm forever comparing Fabric and Databricks, being a bit of a Databricks fanboy as well. But yeah, really, really glad to see that sort of DBT support come into Fabric. But this particular element is the fact that you can add it in a pipeline. So DBT support has been there for a little while, but there was no sort of clear way to orchestrate that without sort of, triggering it from a notebook of some description. Whereas now there's a specific task for it inside of your pipelines, which is pretty cool. Any thoughts on DBT, Craig?
Not really used it, to be honest. It's good that you can now orchestrate that. You're bringing more tools into Fabric. It's pushing people into Fabric being that central location and running other external tools. So yeah, interesting stuff.
I always think DBT is the data tool choice of hipsters, so that's probably why I like it.
And at number 2 is managing failure notifications in Fabric. So this is one that's coming into the monitoring hub. The announcement came through this month as well, and basically allows you to actually manage how failures are notified to end users inside Fabric. So if you've got notebooks, if you've got pipelines, data flows Gen 2 as well, just how they are handled, and actually being able to set your recipients for who gets those failure notifications. And you can do that in one central place. You're not having to go into each individual item, which as soon as you get like 5, 10, 15 of those, it becomes unmanageable. So this is really good to see. Nice little quality of life thing. To be honest, I'm doom and gloom on a lot of these things sometimes. This should have been in here already. We had this functionality in reporting services, different tools, different technologies, but it is a core part of scheduling things, is the administration on the other side of it. We're not just talking about one thing getting scheduled when you're doing a test and things like that. Anyone that's using this functionality is going to be, you're talking 10, 15, 20 plus schedules on these kind of things. What do you think, Johnny?
Yeah, I mean, firstly, I always love it when SSRS gets a bit of love. Still very much a SSRS and paginated reports fan. But yeah, 100%. Like, it feels quite no-brainery. It feels like, like even historically, configuring those kind of alerts and things like Data Factory was always a little bit painful. They've started to improve that experience inside of Fabric Data Factory, and then like having, like I say, a centralized place to do it should make that loads better and make it loads easier to manage. So yeah, absolutely a welcome addition, and glad it's here. So in at number 1, we have got copy job type 2 SCDs. Now, this again fits into the category of announcements that aren't in the announcement blog. So like, does it even count as an announcement? Are
these your hipster announcements, Johnny?
If a feature's not in an announcement blog, is it really a feature? And then on top of that, not only is it not really in the announcements blog, but even the announcement that they did make in the update blogs hides it nestled amongst 3 other features, and then you don't see it until like a bullet point part way down. But then you actually get to the point on it, and literally the first sentence is, "This is the one that changes the game." And I'm like, if this is such a game-changing announcement, why is the announcement hidden in the depths of a hidden blog somewhere? But ultimately, as a data warehousing and dimensional modeling geek, which is like one of the things I absolutely love, native support for SCD Type 2s, so that's slowly changing dimension Type 2, so that's the type that tracks history over time. It's great that it's here. Again, feel like we're having like a bit of a retro-inspired conversation here with you talking about SSRS, because in SSIS, there was a native wizard for being able to manage SCD2s. So to finally get sort of a bit of an update, because I don't think that ever made it into Azure Data Factory, but the fact it's come into Fabric Data Factory is great. I guess just the other thing that kind of strikes me as a bit weird with it, and this is something that we talked about very, very briefly, was the fact that that functionality is in copy jobs.
Yeah.
And primarily, what do you use copy jobs for, Craig?
Ingestion, the initial ingestion.
Yeah, and an SCD Type 2 is like a gold layer thing, isn't it? It's a transformation of the process where typically in my head, I'm like, right, well, copy jobs to get data into the platform, but then I'm going to be using materialized views or maybe notebooks or maybe stored procedures, SQL stored procedures if I'm using the warehouse for my transformations and my modeling activities. So this appearing in copy jobs feels slightly backward. Yeah. Go on. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so. I think exactly what you're saying. Like, it's good that it's there, but it starts to feed into an anti-pattern when we're talking about like a data lakehouse platform. I think it's maybe one of those ones that's kind of opening up the capability for teams and organizations that don't have data engineering teams, that maybe don't have the notebooks, they're not building out a lakehouse, they want to do something quick and easy. But this is a different way of doing things, rather than kind of pushing things down these are best practices route. I'd like to hear some use cases for it. I could just be missing the point here a little bit. So if you've got a use case for it, drop a comment in, let us know. And yeah, if we come across one, we'll definitely share it in an update. So I think that's us for this month. Nothing massive jumping out, but I guess what do we really expect when we're coming out the back of FabCon, where it's Microsoft kind of announced all the bigger things to do with Fabric. And yeah, if you've got any other ones that we skimmed over, anything that we maybe didn't notice, any of Johnny's hipster announcements that didn't make it into the update blog, then let us know in the comments.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I was kind of felt like we scraped the barrel a little bit to find some of the announcements that really excited us. But I mean, to be fair, the ones we did find, I am genuinely chuffed about and looking forward to getting my hands on.
Yeah, great. Until next time.
Cool.
See you later.
See you soon.